Well, my name's Wally Taylor, and I'm the medical director for Texas Integrative Medicine. I'm here today to tell you about why I became an integrative physician. I started traditionally trained as an otolaryngologist, ear, nose, and throat, head and neck surgeon, and practiced for about 20 years until the 1990s when I was taking care of a group of people in southern Colorado. And we came to find that many of those people were chronically ill as a result of exposure to agricultural toxins. I became concerned because I just didn't feel like I had the tools in the Western toolbox to take care of those folks' problems. So I got to go into some additional training from outfits like the American Academy of Environmental Medicine. And the more I learned about the root causes of their illness, the more excited I got about the prospects of learning how to try to detox those patients and help them actually reverse their causes of illness. Fast forward to today, and I've just had a continual transition more and more into learning about the way that our environmental toxins are the real source of most chronic illness because of the inflammation that they cause. When I say chronic toxin exposure from the environment, I basically mean a combination of biological toxins from viruses and germs and parasites, but also chemical toxins as well as physical toxins from the environment, such as electromagnetic, certain types of light, barometric pressure changes, Wi-Fi's, smartphones, even smart meters. But today we focus in on people that have a wide range of chronic illness, everything from chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, chronic arthritis, chronic brain fog, problems with anxiety, depression, sleep disorder, and it all boils down to the causes environmental toxins. So what we've got to do is understand which toxins they're being exposed to. And interestingly enough, we've learned that not everybody has the same sensitivity to toxins. We find that many people are quite resistant to the toxins from the environment, have very little symptomatology, or don't get sick at all. Whereas other people can be around just a tiny little bit of toxins from the environment and they become very ill. I call these folks my canaries in the coal mine because, you know, back in the day, in fact, even still nowadays, they sometimes carry canaries with them down into the coal mines because they've come to learn that the canaries, because of their high sensitivity, will get sick when there's poisonous gas in the mine before the miners do. And that'll, of course, let them know that it's time to bail when the canary acts ill. So a lot of folks that I see in my practice are those kinds of folks. They're canaries. They get sick before anybody else does from the environmental toxins. But I'm very comfortable now practicing the way I do, looking at the root cause of these kinds of illness for people. You have to be like a Sherlock Holmes, basically. You have to be a detective to actually figure out, because there's so many different toxins now in our environment that can be making people sick. So we do various tests, and once we identify them, of course, we make every effort to avoid exposure. And even once we eliminate exposure, then we have a problem of helping them get the toxins out of their systems. And then at the same time, we do what we can do to identify why they're canaries in the coal mine. Turns out that there are things you can do to make a person transform to where they're not as sensitive and they no longer behave like a canary in the coal mine. But that's the reason that I've become an integrative doctor. We don't any longer just patch up people's symptoms with short-term fixes. We actually get at the real reason that they're sick, and we're actually able to deal with that. It's very gratifying because we see people transform, and they're able to lose these kinds of chronic illnesses. A lot of people come in thinking that there's nothing that can be done, and we found that that's absolutely not the case. That once you understand it, there's plenty that you can do, and we've seen some dramatic reversals of symptoms in these patients. All right, well, thanks a lot for listening.